Yep, you already know who it is. It's King Ade with the Wizards Review. And tonight, man, this one gonna be short, man. Of course, I'm upset we lost, but right now I'm not even surprised. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised about these losses at all. After the debacle against the Clippers, I didn't know. I kind of knew what to expect. What we saw tonight is what I anticipated. But as a fan of the Wizards, I was hoping for a much better outcome. A surprise, if you will. But unfortunately, there was no surprise. It was the signs of a broken team. A sign of a team that needs drastic change. Signs that something better happened before the trade deadline. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this. I wasn't saying this 2-3 weeks ago at all. But it's obvious. Something has happened within this team's chemistry where there's just no more energy. The rotations are off. The coaching is off. The energy is just off. Even today, me watching the game today, yeah, I had it on. But by the second half, I was paying attention because I knew how to do the show. But I was like halfway in, halfway out. It was like, whatever. You know what I mean? So, without further ado, man, let's just talk about this game. Let's get this over with, you know what I mean? Because that's really how they felt. That's really how they played tonight, you know what I mean? If they don't care, why should I? You know what I mean? That's how I feel. So anyway, man, there were a couple of things tonight that were things that I sort of liked. I mean, we lost by 20. And the final score was indicative of how the game went all game. 20, we were down 20 early. By the second quarter, we was already down 20. We didn't get down 30, even though kind of got close to that. We didn't get down 30, but it was once we got down 20, we was, the closest I feel we got was maybe 13, maybe. But they had the game. The Grizzlies had the game by the second quarter, so it was really nothing to really be too excited about, to really like about the game. But you have to find some positives and an event filled with negatives. You know what I'm saying? So I like Harold's energy off the bench tonight. They decided to start Thomas Bryant tonight. He didn't really give us anything that he could have gave us coming off second off the bench. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing. He wasn't the center position was not the problem of why things were going left. You know what I mean? So, but I liked Harold's energy off the bench. Denny played some good defense tonight, even though he got scored on plenty of times tonight. But he still played with effort. He still played with had a little bit of flashes of good defense tonight. So, I guess we could point that out. KCP was the only player to score in double figures in the first half, you know what I mean? So he had a decent game in the first half. He really was quiet in the second half. He really didn't make any noise like that. But his contribution in the first half wasn't enough to really sway the momentum. He's not a momentum shifter. He's not a player that we are supposed to depend on when it comes to wins or losses. He's a role player. So for a role player, he had a good game, an alright game, especially in the first half. We started to play with a little more energy in the second half because in the first half, we really came out like we left our souls back in Washington, D.C., although the game was in Memphis, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, we didn't play with any energy. We let them get up on us real quick. Like, we just didn't get over the loss from LA. I mean, that's what I anticipated. I didn't think this team was just going to come back with some type of miracle and some type of energy after that loss. And everything that I thought, well, I didn't exactly know what to think. I just didn't think that we were going to come out and win this game. I think that the last game really broke us. And tonight, the effort, especially to start the game, really was a reflection of that. So I really wasn't surprised at all, man. But, we started with a little more energy in the second half. but again, it wasn't enough. We was already down damn near 20 points. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what to say, man. We had an 11-2 run in the third quarter, so that was really one of the few positive offensive runs of the game. You know, Beal had 10 assists by the third quarter, but he didn't score in double figures tonight. You know, the guy that's supposed to be our best player, supposed to be having a max contract signed after the season's over, that guy. He didn't score double figures after losing a game when they was up 35 points. But he's supposed to be the player we're supposed to get behind to win a championship. Yeah, that guy. That didn't score double digits. But at least he had double digits assists tonight. So I guess we got to look at the bright spot somewhere, right? And then Kuzma finally came alive in the second half. He ended up with 30 points, 8 rebounds. You know, a good, decent stat line, but he had 5 turnovers. And you know how I feel about turnovers. 5 or more, you can't have more than a C. And I'm not giving Kuzma more than a C tonight. No player deserved a C or better, any grade better than a C tonight from the Wizards, you know what I mean? And he played the best game. He has the most heart. He might be the best player on the team. He's definitely, arguably the most consistent player on the team, that's for sure, you know what I mean? So, gotta give him some type of credit, I guess, you know what I mean? But that's really all I like tonight. Really disappointing effort. Really everything I anticipated. Just a team that just has that losing stench on them that I didn't see coming at the beginning of the season. Just so disappointed. My energy's low. There's no need for me to get emotional about this. You know what I mean? That emotion was taken out of me when we lost the game against the Clippers. You know what I mean? So now it is what it is. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, since we lost, let's talk about everything that I disliked. And let's just get the elephant in the room out the way, man. Out of all the problems that the Wizards have had these last few games, Coach Unseld decides not to start Daniel Gafford. The guy the center that had the best stat line of the centers in our debacle against the Clippers the other night. The guy that brings the energy always starts the game with the defensive energy that we need throughout the game, that for some reason he's been getting benched. And tonight he didn't even play tonight, like he's the problem. So that leads me to ask a question. Like, now I see these big ice packs on his knees every time they pan the camera to him. So one theory could be that he's hurt and they don't really want to talk about it. I mean, they paid him a 2-year, $40 million contract. So we can't just say that they weren't high on him. They gave him a $40 million contract. So that's one theory that I could surmise, is that he's hurt and they don't want to say something. But I don't really think that's what it is, man. I really think, because I think a change has to happen before the trade deadline. And I just think, man, I don't know, man, but maybe he's one of the pieces that they're dangling to other teams in a package, because there's no reason why he shouldn't have, not only didn't start, but didn't play tonight. And there's no reason out of all players, he should be one of the players that didn't play tonight. He did nothing wrong to be benched for Thomas Bryant. Yeah, we want to see Thomas Bryant, but he still has to play his way back in. He did not play an effective game tonight. And I feel like even if Gafford played, we still would have lost this game. But to not start Gafford, what type of message is this coaching staff sending? Which leads me to think that Coach Unseld has no control. I think that there's upper management laying down the rules and telling Coach Unseld, like, not really like all the way telling him what to do, but definitely giving him directives, saying, yo, we need to see Bryant starting. We want him to play more. I really think that's what has been going on, because there was no reason why Gafford shouldn't have played tonight, and not at all. He's one of the better players in this terrible losing streak that we've been on. He's been one of our best players. So for him to be benched and not playing, It's very disappointing, and I don't understand it, man. But that's definitely something I had to get out the way. And that's really one of the worst things that I didn't like tonight, man. The Grizzlies just scored way too easily tonight. It was so easy. It was like a layup line tonight, like warm-ups. Ja Morant looked like an all-star. Looked like possibly, arguably, the best point guard in the league. I mean, he looked every bit of it tonight. He had a crazy alley-oop dunk that initially got called for an offensive foul by the person who passed the ball. But then it was reviewed and it was overturned, so the dunk counted after all. And that was just a microcosm of how the game went for us tonight. You know what I'm saying? Ja scored 18 points in the first half. And not to be outdone by his backcourt partner, Desmond Bane, scored another 14 points to end the first half. Their backcourt thoroughly outplayed our backcourt. Ja Morant looked like what a max player is supposed to look like. Something that Bradley Beal does not look like at all. Not a max player. The Grizzlies had 5 offensive rebounds in the first 4 minutes of the game. I mean, it was already, like I said, they were scoring way too easily off jump. They were playing more physical than us off jump. Everything was leading to the Grizzlies it was just their way, off jump. You know what I mean? We just didn't come out with the energy that we needed to come out with, and the Grizzlies took full advantage of it. You know what I mean? Adams, Steven Adams. Usually I like the last name Adams. You know what I'm saying? Usually I like that last name. And I do still. You know what I mean? I still like that last name. But Steven Adams, he dominated us on the boards tonight, man. He had 10 boards in the first half alone. You know what I mean? So again, just shows the physicality that they played with compared to us. And that just gives me another, like, why? Maybe they were thinking that Thomas Bryant had a little more size and he could match up a little better with Steven Adams. Maybe that's what they were thinking when not starting Gafford and not even playing him. Maybe, I don't know. But it was a bad plan and it didn't work because Steven Adams was too much of a beast for us tonight. The Grizzlies went up double digits by the first 6 minutes of the game. First 6 minutes of the first quarter, they was up already by 10 plus points. It was brief. We cut the lead back to single digits, but then they went up double digits, and they didn't look back. Bradley Beal, again, I told you, he didn't score double figures tonight. He was missing every single thing he threw up early in the game. Just looking like a jag, just another guy. Nowhere near a max player. Nowhere near a player that you is the main player to a championship team. Who are we fooling? Is this a joke? Is this a joke, Tommy Shepard? Ted Leonsis? Is this a joke? Kuzma turned the ball over. Like I said, had 5 turnovers. He turned the ball over early. I recall 2 bad turnovers early in the game. Again, he woke up in the second half, made up for some of his terrible, lazy play in the first half. But all his points were scored when we were down 15, 20 points. So it doesn't really matter. It's arguable. You make the call. I don't know, man. I don't know. The Grizzlies went on an 11-2 run in the first quarter. And not to outdo themselves, they went on a 13-0 run sometime in the second quarter. Again, they just dominated us all throughout the game. We really never had a chance in this game. We lost the game in the first quarter. Again, they dominated us on the board. They led by as much as 27 points in the second quarter. You know what I mean? Like I said, they almost got up 30. We lost by 20, so the score. The final score was indicative of how we looked tonight. You know what I mean? We got blown out, man, from the start of the game. They came out with much more energy, much more effort, just looking like a team that's hungry. And we just look like a team that needs a lot of change, that just doesn't care anymore. You know what I'm saying? Coach Unseld, this is his first season, and I was very optimistic from the start of the season, man. But again, I don't know. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt to say that there's a directive coming from upper management, from upstairs, telling him there's certain things that he has to do that might not be in the best interest of winning. Because if he's just making these decisions on his own, then I don't know if this head coaching job, if he's the right man to be the head coach of the team. I thought Scott Brooks was terrible, but what I've been seeing lately from Coach Unseld and his decision making, his rotations, just all types of things, the effort the team has been giving out, to me is a reflection of the coaching. I've just been seeing nothing but terrible play, terrible effort, a terrible product on the floor night in and night out recently. Like I said, that backcourt dominated us. We were missing way too many free throws, and we got dominated in second chance points tonight. Though everything I mentioned tonight was a combination of why we lost the game. I can't put my finger on one specific thing of why we lost, except that we just didn't come with effort tonight. We still look like the team that lost to the Clippers, and we haven't woke up from that. That's how we came into this game, and I kind of anticipated this, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? This was a terrible display. And I hope that some change is made. I don't even care if they trade Beal right now, because he's not. I won't be happy if they give him a max contract. So everything's on the table right now in regards to the trade deadline and them doing something. They cannot stay with this team because it's obvious that the team chemistry has dissipated. It's gone. They don't care anymore. They're not playing for one another. It damn near looks like they don't even like each other like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking forward to some type of change. And I don't know, man. I don't know if we're going to even make the play-in. We lost again tonight. We're only one game out of playing ourselves out of the play-in game. Out of the 10th seed. We're only one game up. So I don't know what to say, man. I'm just disappointed. My energy level, my emotion is like, I'm not even like, I'm upset, but I'm not emotional about it anymore right now. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot to work on. A lot of decisions need to be made, and I'm very unhappy with what product has been put on the floor lately, man. I don't know when it's happened. I don't know why the chemistry has been broken so badly, but it's obvious that change has to come, man. And that's what us as Wizards fans are looking for. So we'll see what happens moving forward. And yeah, man, that's all I really got tonight, man. Again, just another disappointing effort. So anyway, man, if you like what you saw tonight, you like the content, I would really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel at the Wizards Review on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You can follow me, King Ade DMV, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and on NBA 2K22 on the Xbox Series X and S. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, I know it's a tough night, a tough loss. I don't know where things are headed. Your guess is good as mine, man. But we gotta stay with the squad. That's just what it is, man. Win, lose, or draw, man. I'm still down with this team, but I'm very upset with what I'm seeing, man. So we'll see what happens the next game. Maybe some more changes in the rotation. I don't know what it's gonna take, but something needs to happen, man. Something has to happen. So anyway, man, it's King Ade, man. Take care. Have a good weekend. Till next time. Peace.